here, trying to get this thing back on track?
It's a great feeling just to be back with all of my teammates, back in the building, focus on football, and back in Cleveland to help the team win.
Quinshon, obviously, like, it's the first time we've seen you since June, and obviously the arrest. I know that prosecutors declined to formally charge you, but do you have any comment on the whole situation and everything that happened?
Yeah, I don't mean about the situation. I'm glad that the prosecutors, closed the case and didn't file any charges, and I'm appreciative of that. But, like I said, just happy to be back in Cleveland, with my teammates, and here to go accomplish my goal.
And do you think that you'll be ready to, obviously, the rest of this question would play, do you think you'll be ready to go on Sunday?
I'm taking it day by day right now. Just focus in the playbook and just focus.
What was the meeting like in New York with the NFL, and do you have any worries about being suspended going forward?
I can't control that. I think, what I can do is just go out on the field and just be able to help my teammates and, prepare each and every day for it.
Do you feel like you have to re-earn the trust of people because of the arrest, because of the legal process, the legal issues you had to go through?
No, my teammates, my coaches, everybody here, they know who I am. They drafted me here. The impact that I've had on the team since I first got here. I'm back, focused, ready to take on a challenge.
Do you have any regrets from that situation?
I would say, you learn different things, and you see how important the people that are around you are, like your family, your inner circle, people that support you when you go through things like that. But like I said, I made it through that, and happy to be back.
What would you say to fans that, might wonder, might wonder about you as a person, as a human being, about your character? What can you kind of tell fans about yourself
Say more so the people that are around me, my teammates, my family, people that I impact, always been who I am, and I can't be anybody that I'm not. So I say just control what I control and be myself.
Once the legal situation got resolved, why did it take so long for you to get here? Do you feel like, the fact that you weren't able to play week one, does that bother you?
I think as a competitor, I would say, not being able to compete. That's one of the most things that I say looked at. But, here now, just looking forward and ready to go out there and, compete when I'm ready.
Quinshon, in your time away from the team, what were you able to do to try to keep yourself ready to go and be back here for this moment?
The same thing that I would have been doing close to it if I was here. Just training, staying focused, a lot of working out, in my playbook, with my pads and different things of that nature. So just focus.
Did the NFL give you any idea of what the time frame is or what the next steps are when you left there on Wednesday?
I didn't, when I was there, like I said, it's nothing I can control or anything like that. I think for myself, it's just making sure I'm prepared when the time is there.
Quinshon, what has the message been from Kevin, from Davey, since you've been back, and I guess for you, just the fact that they are giving you a second chance here, what does that mean for you?
Like I said, I think everybody here has already known who I am, so I don't think it was any second questions or anything of that nature. Especially like I said, with everything being closed and with the decision of the prosecutor and all. But just for me to be back here and with my teammates, everybody that I love, and see their emotions and how happy they were when I was back in the building, it was fun.
Along those lines, it's a tough way for you to start your rookie season in the NFL. Do you feel a real sense of relief that a lot of this is behind you now?
Definitely, I would say, just back to playing football and focused, happy to be here and, start off with a great start.
I know you said you're day by day as far as when you'll be ready to go, but how did you feel in practice these last 2 days, physically and mentally, about if they ask you to play Sunday, you'll be ready?
I feel good. Like I said, just still taking it day by day in the playbook, learning everything I need to know in case I have to go out there and play.
How do you feel that you've come through this situation, just in terms of, you're young, I know this has been stressful. How do you feel like you are, I guess, mentally right now to be here trying to just focus on football when this has been a lot?
Yeah, I would say more so. That's why I'm very happy of my close inner circle, my family, and the support of everyone that's been around me this whole time. Like I said, so it's mentally staying sharp and focused. So when the time is ready, I'm ready to go.
Quinshon, were you ever at any point through the process concerned that maybe you wouldn't be here?
I would say I wasn't focusing or like thinking of it that way. I'm just trying to think positive. Continue to do what I do and, get better as a player, as a competitor, and focus on what I can control.
Quinshon, did you, during your time away, were there people within the organization, teammates, coaches, players, front office that you stayed in contact with? Even after the arrest.
Like I said, I was just more so just focused on improving on the field and, ready when the time is there.
I know you worked out with Isaiah Bond in the pre-draft process, I believe it was. Have you guys, and he went through some similar issues. Have you guys been sort of a support to each other in everything that you've been through?
I think, like I said, for me to be back in the locker room with all of my teammates, you could see their expressions of how happy they were that I was back here in Cleveland, back to playing football, and just spend a lot of time with them, getting the playbook, and be around those guys all day.
Very good. Quinshon, if it's a Sunday or next week, whatever it is, what kind of impact do you think you can have this offense and this running game in particular when you get back out?
I think me as a competitor, as a player, you want to go out there and do your best every single day you step on the field. So if I have to play, I'm going to give them all.
Watch Dylan play on Sunday. Did you have visions in your head of what you guys can do as a sort of a 1-2 combination here?
I looked at our whole running back room as a whole, what Jerome did, look at Rocket and Dylan as well, and all those guys went out there and, did their best on the field, so I'm proud of each and every one of them. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks.